Hello, welcome back to my channel, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great Monday. Today I'm here to do a twin flame dark night of the soul conversation. We're going to talk about the 8 stages of the dark night of the soul. We're going to talk about how being in a twin flame connection ignites the dark night of the soul. And that's what we're going to talk about today. This is something different from me. I'm going to pull cards at the end to see if your twin flame that you may be in separation from have any messages for you. But other than that, we're just going to talk about the dark night of the soul. And if you have any opinions about what I'm speaking about today, or if you can shed some light on it, please comment below. It will be greatly appreciated. First, we're going to talk about what does the term dark night of the soul mean. The dark night of the soul is a spiritual depression, a crisis of faith. The twin flame dark night of the soul is a part of a journey in a twin flame separation stage, when the worst wounds, fears, and loneliness come to surface. The emotional and even physical responses to the separation go beyond previously experienced relationships. It feels as if the very ground has been knocked out from under your feet. So, collective, if you've ever experienced a twin flame connection, I'm not talking about a soulmate. A twin flame connection it's a part of your soul, and you're being disconnected from a part of yourself, and it's the most painful thing to go through. It's like it's a pain that you've never endured. That's why some people call it, I would say, love. When you're so in love and you can't understand why this person can't leave you alone, they're stalking you, they're doing unusual things like that is not usual for them. That's because this is your twin flame. If you're experiencing a hurt, a heartache, and you're just feeling lost, you're just feeling like you don't know what to do with yourself. Some people, when they start feeling this feeling, they want to chase after the person to try to make them come back to them. But you really have to let yourself go through this pain. You feel like you're being operated on without anesthesia. And the torture seems to be never ending. So profound, it sometimes knocks the living breath out of you. Why does it hurt us so bad? Why? If you've ever had a breakup from a relationship and you just don't even know why you're hurting this bad. You know, on paper, everything looks good in your life. You know, you're a provider for yourself. You don't need this person for nothing. But just the absence of them being in your life causes you so much pain. The pain drives you to look for answers, to try to understand why it hurts so much, and to find ways to feel better. But the experience of the pain, separation, and lack of spiritual light to follow has been known for centuries as outside the modern twin flame context. The sense of profound spiritual disconnect is called the dark night of the soul. And what you're experiencing is the dark night of the soul. And I'm going to get to you the 8 signs that you're experiencing the dark night of the soul. You may no longer recognize your life as yours. It's almost as if you're looking at yourself from outside of yourself. It's like you don't even recognize yourself. You could be crying in the bed. You could be unhappy. You could stop eating, or you could be overeating. You could be not taking care of yourself. You no longer recognize your life as yours. It's almost as if you're looking at yourself from outside, watching a stranger go about their days. Okay, number 2. You know you should be happy, but you're just not happy. Like I was saying before, you have everything to be happy about. But instead you're feeling empty. Because this could be resonating with my collective, that you've mastered your education, your career, you're living good, but just the absence of this person in your life has thrown your life in a whole state of turmoil. You're feeling lost. You have finally reached a point where you no longer can ignore. Something needs to change, and drastically. And the dark night of the soul begins when you realize, I need help. Like, this is just not going to go away in a couple of weeks, a couple of months. I need help with this. And some people never experience the dark night of the soul, because some people never have the fortune of meeting up with their twin flame in the lifetime that they're living. And if you don't have a twin flame, it's part of the dark night of the soul. That's what ignites it, being in a twin flame connection, and if separation happens. Okay, the number 3, you're always sad. You're sad. You have no reason to be sad. You have great friends. You have great family. You have a great job, but you're sad. You have money in your pocket, but you're still not happy. Everything feels as though it's heavy and too much to bear. You're just sad all the time. Even little things like going to the grocery store, like cleaning your house, you're just sad. But when you start reaching out for answers and help, and this is when you're gonna find the information, and you're gonna recognize that, because you're gonna turn to divine, because that's your only way out. You could start going to church all the time. You could start listening to spiritual advisors, spiritual readers, just something to try to soothe, to try to understand this pain that you're going through. That nothing that you do can soothe it. And then you start purging. When you reach out and you realize that this relationship that you are separated from, this person that you're separated from, is causing all of this pain in your life, you start purging. This is a huge component of the dark night of the soul, because you are making room for more authentic ways of being through letting go of who you thought you were supposed to be. Because in your head, you and this person was going to be together for life. You all was going to do all these things. You all had all of these plans, but then the rug has just been pulled out from under you. And you start making room for more authentic way of being. Letting go of who you thought you were supposed to be. And when you start your journey of going through the dark night of the soul, and when you get to stage 4 of purging, and you know you're at this stage because you're going to start decluttering your home. decluttering your life. Everybody that doesn't serve you, you're going to move away from them. And you're going to have physical symptoms. You're going to have a need to want to sweat, to want to exercise, to want to strengthen your physical body. And when you have these urges, you know that's purging. When all of a sudden this friend that you could have been talking to since high school, or this family member you've been talking to, y'all talk on an everyday basis, but all of a sudden you just can't spare that negative energy, because you're gonna, anything that you feel like can't help you with what you're going through, you really don't have time for it. You only have time for things that are authentic in your life and not low vibrational people energies. And number 5, you're no longer interested in external gratification. You've come to learn that internal satisfaction is far more superior to anything material. And you have an awakening, a spiritual awakening in your life. You realize that material things don't bring happiness. Living a good life, being around good people, treating people good, being happy, living in the moment. That's internal satisfaction. Being happy with who you are. Being happy that when you saw the lady struggling to put groceries in her car, you went up and asked her, did she need some help? Because you are an earth angel. You are an authentic person now. And all of these things are coming to surface. And it took this relationship, because that's how God orchestrated it. You and this person, you both have to go off separately and elevate your mind, elevate your spiritual growth, elevate who you are, elevate your moral compass. And when all of those things are done, you might come back together with this person and you might not come back together with this person. It's how your story is written, and don't nobody know that but the divine, baby. You are being shifted to you are beginning to shift your focus from what looks good to what actually feels good. And what looks good and what actually feels good. I'm just going to give examples, collective. You could be involved with this man or woman. They're so attractive. Everybody thinks they're attractive. And you all look so good together. But behind closed doors, this person treats you like shit, really. This person doesn't respect you how you want to be respected. This person is not spending the time with you that needs to be spent with you. This person is not doing the things for you that you need to be done to feel happy. But now that you're having a dark night of the soul, you are starting to redefine what success in a life well lived means to you and you alone. Now you're developing self-love. Your focus is not on making someone else happy. Your focus is on making yourself happy and what's best for you. You're not going to tolerate being in a relationship with a man that you know is seeing other women, or a woman that you know is seeing other men. You're not going to tolerate that. No matter how much we say, oh, I don't care as long as I get what I need. No, you care. You just do that to protect your feelings. But you're no longer going to want to deal with these kind of people that's not even attractive to you. You're going to notice after this dark night of the soul, or doing this fifth stage, if someone comes up and try to holler at you, And then you was like, oh, are you single? And they're like, well, no, I'm not single, but I'm not married, but I live with someone, but that's not good. Instead of saying, okay, we can talk and exchange number, you're going to say, oh, okay, that's nice. I hope your relationship works out and I wish you the best. And you're going to walk away from that shit. You're not going to even entertain that. 1 minute, 1 second, you're not going to even think about entertaining that. And you know that you're evolving spiritually and you're going through the dark night of the soul. Number 6, you're experiencing lots of random flashbacks and dreams about your past. You're finally beginning to reckon with the unresolved emotions that these events and relationships brought to you. It's imperative for healing and waking up to your true purpose. And you could start experiencing dreams about things that happened to you in your childhood or things that happened to you in earlier relationships. And all of these things cause you childhood trauma and wounding. And all of this pain and hurt and abandonment you felt when your twin flame left, it's really not because of this person left. It's because you haven't dealt with your past childhood trauma. And when you're going through the dark night of the soul, you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with that first relationship you was in that broke you down and made you never trust men again. And that's how you've been living your life, or never trust women again. This person that broke you down so much that you decide just to keep you a crew of women around or a crew of men around so you can't get hurt. And you never really dealt with the pain that relationship from the past caused you. But in the 6th stage of the dark night of the soul, you're going to have to reckon with the unresolved emotions that these events and relationships brought to you. And this is very important because it's imperative for your healing. Because if you never heal those past childhood traumas or things from relationships in your early stages of dating or adulthood, if you never dealt with that, they're going to keep popping up in every relationship. You're going to get out of, for instance, if you are in a twin flame right now and you all break up and you don't go through the dark night of the soul, you don't go through any healing. Instead of feeling what you're feeling, you're going to go find somebody else, get in a relationship with them. At first, it's going to be lovely, but then the same problems are going to creep in that was in your past relationship, because the problem is not with that person, it's with you. And you're scarred emotionally. You haven't dealt with childhood trauma, abandonment issues from your past. Okay, and then we move on to number 7. The 7th sign that you're going through the dark night of the soul. You're becoming more aware of yourself, sometimes in painful ways. You may notice your shadow self more. That means you're paying attention to, like, maybe you're a person that gossips a lot. Maybe you're a person that has a little jealousy issue in you but it's hidden. These things are hidden. But all of these, you start noticing those things. And you start paying more attention to and these things start grabbing your attention. Whatever's grabbing your attention the most, that's the trait that you need to be working on. And no one's perfect. We all have a shadow side. And all of this, And because certain things are grabbing you more, like, damn, I'm always speaking negativities in conversations and I notice it. I'm always being a Debbie Downer. I'm always feeling a little jealous when someone else has some accomplishments. But nobody knows this but you, though. But all of those things are going to start to surface. Because this is where you should begin the healing on your journey. You have to heal those things. If you don't heal those things, you can't elevate to a higher person. You can't. You can't elevate spiritually. You can't grow spiritually. You have to recognize your shadow side. Maybe you're a person that lie a lot, that tell little white lies. But they're not big enough for anybody to know, but you know it. Divine knows it. And you have to heal those things if you want to become a divine person, an elevated being. If you ever have any hopes of getting back with your twin flame, this journey can't be about getting your twin flame back. This journey has to be about healing yourself, healing the things, your shadow side, healing your emotional side, healing your childhood trauma. All these things have to be dealt with. It's no way around it. Unless you want to keep going through the same things over and over and over. Every lifetime. If you don't do the work, you're going to keep going through these same things. And number 8. Number 8 is the stage when you're almost ready. You're realizing you have much more healing to do. You're almost ready to finally heal. And when you're ready to recognize, like, damn, I have a shadow side. Like, damn, you know, that's not nice. Like the thoughts I have, how I treat people, how I talk to people, how I handle certain situations, the things I do behind closed doors that nobody knows, the thoughts I have in my head that nobody knows. When you start realizing that you have more healing to do, even when you know you've healed, you're not chasing behind your twin flame. You're leaving it in the hand of divine. You would have been chasing this person, trying to get them back, trying to stop from hurting. But instead, you're out here trying to see why this happened. And what is it about you that needs to be healed? And when you're asking yourself these questions and you're taking a look deep, deep down inside of yourself, that's when the healing is going to begin and you're ready. You're ready to be healed. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Well, no, let me, for all of you that are on a twin flame journey, and you're separated from your twin flame, and you're going through the dark night of the soul right now, we're gonna pull, we're gonna pull a message from your twin to see what message they have from you. Let's light a little bit of sage to clean the energy. Okay. White Light, Holy Spirit, please give my collective a message from this person that they're thinking of while they're on this journey to being a better person, to being a healed person, to dealing with all of their past life trauma and coming out on the other side as a divine, highly elevated spiritual being. Okay, White Light, Holy Spirit, what messages? I will always point you in the right direction. And this person is saying that they only want good for you. That's why you know this is your twin flame. Okay, what else came over? We have been together in dreams. And this person is saying that we're together. We might not be together in the 3D, but we're together in the 5D. And this person comes to you in your dreams. And if you're on this twin flame journey, you already know this. And this person only wants the best for you. And whether it's with or without them. White light, Holy Spirit, what else? Give me one last message from this separated twin. You are never alone. And this person wants you to know that you're never alone. Because people ask the question, can you ever get over a twin flame journey? No. You can heal yourself to the point where you don't feel this intense pain over it anymore. And you can get to the point where you realize that this person is not healed enough to be in your life, or you're not healed enough to be in their life. But you're going to love this person for eternity, for life, for different lifetimes. You're going to love this person because this person is your twin. They're a part of your soul. It's a part of you. And you can't get over that. You just have to learn how to deal with it. Okay, collective, I hope you all like this reading. It's something different. Please comment below and let me know how you liked it. And I want to leave you with the saying, treat other people how you want to be treated. That's the golden rule of life. Peace.